Okay. Call to order the October 3rd Library Commission. If we could start with a roll call, please. You need the list?
No, we have no names.
Okay. Maybe I could start us off. Sure.
Penny Horsey?
Here.
Try that again.
A little red light comes on.
Penny Worsing?
Here.
Andrew Beauchamp?
Here.
Nona Walls?
Absent.
Grace Koopman?
Here.
Jennifer Hall?
Here. Oh, you missed one. Oh.
You see?
Oh,
Penny
sorry
Worsing?
about that. Margaret Willers.
Here.
Oh, Mark.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Commissioner Worthing, could you lead us in a salute to the flag, the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Worthing. We all have the agenda packets. Can we get a motion and a second to approve order of agenda?
So move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes. Do we have any blue folder items? No, okay. So consent calendar, can we get a motion, a second to receive and file consent calendar?
I'll make that motion. Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Great, motion passes. We have no public participation, no items from previous agendas, no items from discussion prior to action. And, oh, I'm sorry, we do. We have the director's report, J1. Director Vinke, you have the floor. Welcome.
Can you hand me?
Good evening. Erin Schoonover, Senior Librarian. I completed the director's report. Susan Anderson did a report for the last month that she was here, and then I completed the report. Is there anything in particular you would like to ask any questions about, or?
Commissioner Koopman?
There's actually someone on, this is going back to a previous agenda item, I apologize. There's someone on the line for a public agenda comment.
Oh my gosh. We have.
I apologize.
Trying to see here.
Oops, there we go. Oops, I guess.
I'm on my own personal text.
No, it's asking me.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can we hear them or can they hear us?
We're trying to get to them.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, I see.
No. No.
I don't.
She can hear us.
I had the meeting up here and now I seem to have lost it. Although it's odd. I've never had this happen anytime I've ever been on Zoom before.
Yeah, and usually I can see the,
Oh, maybe, let me try this.
let's see. So the only attendees that I see.
There's another little category that had attendees. I did see somebody as an attendee.
Usually on Zoom, you have to admit somebody and it pops up at the top, if I'm not mistaken, right? Sometimes it's not always, if you have a few windows open, then you tend to overlook that.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Okay, here we go. All right, I have allowed.
Hello. Hello, this is Candace Nafisi from District 3 calling in to share my goodbyes to my fellow library commissioners. I just want to extend a heartfelt thank you for serving a wonderful tenure on the Library Commission with you guys. I respect you all deeply. It was so great to spend time with you, from everything from automating North Redondo to getting increased investments. I hope you guys keep up the good work and keep pushing, and always have in the back of your mind that, you can't get what you don't ask for. But it was just such a pleasure to get to know each and every one of you. And out of all of the commissions that I serve in my life, this is probably one of the ones that I really, really cherished, really, really enjoyed all of the members on. And not that I didn't enjoy the other members, just you guys were just like a tad bit more fun, I have to admit. I'm going to just let you know that I've never called in when I left a commission before. So I just want to let you know that you all have a special place in my heart as I continue to move on to the Public Works Commission. I will be missing you tremendously, and I wish you guys the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, that was nice.
It was nice.
Very nice.
Okay, do we have questions on the director's report? If not, I go ahead. Oh, sorry.
I'd like to know how the open access visit went on September 20th.
I did not attend that particular visit. I believe someone from our Public Works Department went, and we've had a subsequent Microsoft Teams meeting with Open Plus, so we are working towards implementing it, but it's still a little ways away. We're sort of waiting for our new director to arrive, and now that he's here, I'm hoping that we'll be able to press forward with that.
Yes, I come from many places, but I come from Ventura, where we had Open Plus at the Hill Road Library, and we were in the process of implementing it at 2 additional facilities when I left. So I'm getting acquainted with the project. It looks good. Susan and the team here have done an amazing job getting the work prepped, trying to work out the details, and hopefully we'll be able to have a more detailed report for your next meeting.
Was there any definitive answer about the door, of whether we needed a new door?
I think that is actually one of the things I'm trying to figure out now is logistics of the door. It's a very unique facility. It's a very beautiful facility, but it's very unique given the 3 doors. And then taking a look at how access would work in that facility. So I do have a meeting scheduled with city IT and our general services to take a look at that, or Public Works to take a look specifically at that issue. And like I said, hopefully present some options for us to take a look at and a recommendation to move forward.
Excellent, thank you.
Commissioner Hall?
I just wanted to see if there was any update on how the summer program went, since we didn't get to hear.
Well, it was very successful. I don't have the exact numbers. Hilaire didn't include those with her little report, but I know we had well over 1,000 people participate. And we were very pleased with the attendance at the programs, and a lot of children finished the program, a lot of adults and teens. I believe this year we had more adults and teens than ever before.
Okay.
Good.
I had a couple of questions. I'm just curious about the digital subscription, why the shift away from Cloud Library and Overdrive? I guess if you don't, I'm sorry, Director Vinke, this is probably not a fair question since you just started, but it was just something that I noticed. There seemed to be a shift in usage from one service to the other. Maybe I'll just leave it as an observation and maybe we could look at it in the future. And then the next one was, I noticed that circulation is actually above pre-pandemic levels, which I thought was pretty cool and maybe a little surprising. We have been repeatedly trying to, repeatedly requesting additional funds to make sure that the catalog is robust. And I'm hoping that, there's some correlation to that, but it might be a story that we could tell to City Council since they've been generous in giving us funding for catalog. If we can tell a story that says, hey, you gave us this money, circulation went up, we're providing better services to the community. And then the last was, again, I don't know if you, there's an off-site participants of 3,000 people in August.
Yes, the youth services did attend an event. Well, I think they attended more than one event in August.
Sorry, this is patron?
It was in the park, one of the city parks. So there were a lot of people coming and going. So that was their count to us as to how many people participated in going by their particular booth.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, in October, they're going to have pumpkins by the sea. They're going to be at the Seaside Lagoon.
Oh, cool.
So I imagine we'll have another off-site large number program too. But it was I forget what the name of the program was, but it was in one of the parks.
Was it the start of the reading?
And also,
It was in August.
also she did, I'm sorry, I forgot this. She did attend, the high school was having an orientation for students, and she did attend there as well. And so that maybe, I believe wasn't there like 3 separate programs in August, I want to say?
Yeah, it just surprised me. I don't think I've seen that big a number before.
And so,
it's titled Off-Site Participants for Our Event in August, 3,000.
yes, so she also attended the orientations at the high school. So she met with, lots of students and parents as well. That was part of the numbers.
Yeah, I'd be interested in, in understanding what that bump was. Those are good theories. It'd be good to know what it was. Because if you look at all of last year, or actually 6 months, we had 3,778 total participants. And here we have one event with 3,000 participants. It seems either, and the other thing is, when we went, our youth librarian used to go to all the schools and talk about getting your library card and introduce the summer reading program. And I don't think we counted every person that we talked to, if you know what I mean. I thought that program participants meant you had somebody and I know it says off-site participants, but and maybe it's my confusion of how we count.
But we can definitely get clarification on that for sure.
Okay.
Well, I think that's the first time I've actually included the offsite in the statistics, as I'm usually the one that prepares the statistics.
Okay, maybe that's what's
And so that's
throwing me off.
probably throwing you because it hasn't been there before. Even though in years past, we would go to the schools, I don't think we would report that number
Right. Okay.
on the statistics.
So this is a new thing.
So it's sort of, I'm trying to show, all of the different things that we do. So I did decide to go ahead and add that. It's also something that we have to report to the state library now, so it's something that we need to keep track of.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Any other questions on the director's report?
Just I note that we're over 30% of the visits were North Library, North Branch, which shows how popular North Branch is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the comment.
We're over 30% of the visits to the library were in the North Branch, and it's creeping up.
Yes, we've been trying to have more programs at the North Branch, and I think we've been successful with that.
I thank you.
Any other comments on director's? Okay, we're on to agenda item K, members' items and referrals to staff. Yes, Commissioner Koopman. No, you're on.
Okay, it's actually just something selfishly. Is it possible to have the library events PDF emailed to the commission? That,
Oh, you mean
you can sign up for it? Oh, look at this. I didn't know that.
the monthly flyer?
Yes, thank you. I didn't realize you could do that. I've been looking for it online. And I keep going to the calendar and the calendar is not what I want. Okay, so it's emailed to you? Okay, disregard my request. It's been solved. Thank you.
All right, any other items or referrals and referrals or referrals? Okay, I guess, Director Venke, we did have a request for open plus access. I think you were planning to give us an update on that anyway. It'd be good to get a little bit, it'd be helpful to get some theories on some of the questions that I'd asked. And I think that's all we've got. So the only item left on the agenda is adjournment. So can I get a motion in a second?
Well,
Oh, I'm sorry?
is it possible that we could spend a little time just to hear more about you and just how your first week or so has gone? And I don't know.
Where you're from?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me make sure that, well, just a brief background. I started working for the library in high school, the Torrance Public Library. Worked briefly from there at Palos Verdes Library, and then came back to the city of Torrance, where I was there for many years. When I left City of Torrance, I was principal librarian of operations, where I oversaw the IT adult programming, and there led a lot of technology initiatives as well as public programs. So I think conducted hundreds of adult programs working with local organizations like South Bay Literacy Council, South Bay Cities Genealogical Society. So that's a passion of mine. I hope to bring that back to my role here. Then I was given the opportunity to serve as Deputy Library Director for the County of Ventura, where I oversaw 12 of our libraries that serve 4 cities and unincorporated areas, and managed the mobile library project, where we brought the mobile library all around the county. And I have to say, that was probably the one missing puzzle piece of my library career. I had no experience with mobile libraries. So given that project, I had to, study up on that quick. And probably one of the most rewarding experiences of my career was to see that in operation going around town. And, we had so many libraries where the mobile library could be virtually across the street, and it would just get so many people. And we're like, it's something about the mobile library and geographic barriers that you're not really thinking of, like a freeway or what have you, or something as simple as that. You might think it needs to go miles and miles out, but that's just not the case. We have an incredible dedicated team there. But then I got the opportunity, was offered to come back to the South Bay where I grew up, and serve here in this capacity as Director of Library Services. I just couldn't turn it down. I think that there's just so many opportunities here, and it's just a pleasure to be here and to serve in a city that I grew up in. So I'm very happy. Thank you.
Excited to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question. And welcome.
Thank you.
All right, do we have a motion and a second to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
In favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.